Hi, my name is Brian. I currently work as an accountant. Not a lot of noise in the job field that I'm currently in. I joined the Navy when I was a teenager. I went on several deployments. Most of my time was at sea. During my time in the Navy, whether I was out to sea, if I was out to sea, I was working on the flight deck. If you've ever been to an airport, you know what it sounds like with jet engines turning, okay? Especially as they're taxiing in and jet engines are shutting down. That's what a jet sounds like through a wall and through glass. The jet engines on an F-14 Tomcat or an F-A-18 Hornet are larger, and they don't really have any way to muffle sound there. And during flight ops on a flight deck, you can have multiple planes going at one time. You have the area of 2.5 football fields with 90 jets crammed on it, multiple helicopters, multiple supply planes, and this is constant. And where I slept on the O3 level, which was right below Catapult 2. And for 3.5 years, every time we go to flight ops and they would launch a catapult, I knew it. Imagine two freight trains hitting each other at full speed. That's what a catapult sounds like when it slams into its abrupt stop. So there was that, and then there was the CWIS gun mount, which is a giant gun mount. It was on the other side of my bed where I slept. This gun mount shoots 20 millimeter rounds. I don't know if you know how big those are. They're about this big. It's 6 inches of depleted uranium, and they shoot at 6,000 rounds per minute. So that would occasionally go off. It's just constant noise, and that's what we're out to sea. When you're in port, you'd think it would be quieter, but there's constant maintenance, constant work, constant supplies coming in and out. It's just constant noise, and you get used to that. When you get away from that environment and you're sitting in a room like this is peaceful for most people. This is a hell for people like me with tinnitus, because everything is screaming right now, and it's not fun. I can't do things that most parents can do, where they can hear their kids having a conversation or a fight that's about to, or an argument, or little things that a normal parent can pick up on. There have been multiple times, and I can't think of a specific one right off the top of my head, but there have been multiple times where, as a parent, I've said to myself, God, I wish I would have been able to hear that. I could have gotten there sooner. I could have done something. Just the arguments that are saved from not being on the same page with someone else. It's highly difficult to be, even with the hearing aids, it's highly difficult to be in a crowded space, in a restaurant, in an office building with no walls. If there are multiple people talking and things going on, I have no idea what's going on. I have to look at someone. I know a little bit of ASL, and I know a little bit about reading lips, but that's it. So I didn't realize that I had hearing loss until recently. I was in the elevator and I saw a pamphlet for your tinnitus study, and I was like, oh, okay, that would be great if I could get some, I don't know, just whether it's something I can practice, or if there's a treatment, or if there's a therapy, if there's something out there, I'd like to pursue that. So I joined the study. It was supposed to be a 2.5-hour test. After about 45 minutes, you guys removed the equipment from my head and said that you have pretty severe hearing loss, and you should make an appointment with audiology. So I made an appointment. I went over, I got fit tested for new hearing aids, And the change that it has made in my life is like night and day. I'm married. I've been married for over 10 years. All of the arguments that my wife and I used to get into are almost completely gone. Like, I didn't realize I wasn't hearing certain vowel sounds when people were speaking to me. And my brain, turns out, was filling in for what it thought it heard. I didn't realize that's what was going on. There have been so many times I've gotten frustrated at someone, or we've gotten annoyed at each other because after a few minutes of a conversation, we're talking about two totally different things and we don't even know it. It has drastically changed my life for the better, and I'm highly grateful for the help and for the program and the tools that you guys gave me, and especially for these hearing aids. A world of difference. The tinnitus is a real disability. It's not just something that you get, because you're in an environment with a lot of noise. It isn't something that, it's something that definitely affects your well-being and your way of life and your mood, your psychological state. It's not something that can... Some people have invisible diseases, some people have invisible disabilities. I feel that tinnitus is one of them. And it is a serious thing, and if it can be prevented, do it. Like, if there's something that can be done to prevent soldiers, sailors, and military personnel from having this issue, definitely do it, because it's not worth having if you can prevent it.